All right, I made some progress. First thing I did was I did a repair on this. It was a hole. It's a pretty ugly repair, but I'm a terrible welder. But you know, I'll do a little bit more welding on this, grind it down, and then that'll hold the Bondo just to smooth it all out. Next thing I did is I took my 61 deck lid and it had all kinds of problems. So first problem, the hinge needed to be welded on. So I welded on, it's hard to see, but I welded on the hinge. Then the holes were basically stripped. So when I went to screw this in, it didn't hold. And then the last thing is, all along here it was separated. So the spring would just pull this sheet metal right off of the back of the deck lid. So now I've got it so that I wanted to fit it, make sure that this was good. And it latches. And so that's the 61 latch. If you look around here, here's the area that I've got to fix. But the fit of the deck lid itself is pretty good. So I'm going to sand it down, and we're going to use the 61 deck lid. I've got another weld repair that I'm preparing here. So I'll cut out a piece I need to find. It's fairly thick here, actually. One of the things I was curious about is I had a 65 body, which I got rid of, and I got a 61 body. And I would swear the steel gauge of the 61 body is thicker than the 65 body. It's almost like they went down to the next level of thin metal. You know, I don't know that 100%, but it just seems that way to me on this body, that everything is just a little thicker. So, okay, that was the weld repair and the back deck lid. Then the next thing I did was I put on sway bar, and these things are a bit of a pain, but I got these clamped and bent down. That, you know, you have to take this, hold down the clamp and slide this piece on, and then you have to hammer this down so that it won't come off. And you do that 1, 2, and then 3, 4. So I looked for the symmetry of the sway bar, and it appears to be pretty much symmetrical as far as the distance of the ends here to the end of that lower torsion arm. So that's great. Then what I've done here on my drums, these are just the front drums because I'm only doing the front so far. I pounded out the bearings. So you can see I pounded them out, both the inside and the outside. And there they are. They're really nasty. You can see that this is a new one for the outside. And this one is a new one for the inside. And then I have the seals. So I've got to figure out exactly what the best way is to hammer this in. I have heard that you can use the old one here and put it on top of the new one and then hammer it down. I have to make sure I get the orientation right and get everything right before I do this. Just because that's the first time I've hammered them into the drums. I also have to clean out what is just a massive amount of goop and grease on the inside, which I'll just wipe out repeatedly. Probably use a whole roll of paper towels. I wire brush the inside of the drums here. I'm not going to put anything on it. Like I like to put rust reformer on stuff, but not on the inside. And this is where the larger bearing goes out here, and then the smaller bearing on the in the smaller hole. So that's the progress on the bearings. Probably I'll try to do some bearing installation tomorrow. And I'll also try to get the rust repair on this guy done. I ordered the new heater channels, and I ordered the stabilizer bar that hooks from, it basically is like a V. It hooks from here to here to here, and I got that from, what is it, Bugs? Stuff for Bugs, or whatever that site is. So I should be able to totally stabilize this when I cut out the heater channel. Again, I've never done that either. And so that's the progress.